Hi guys, how's it going? This is the Kitchen Fairy with another recipe vlog, and for today's recipe it is beef and beans burrito. This is very easy to make using crock pot slow cooker for the beef itself. So yeah, check out the full video and I'll see you soon again. Bye. So for the spices, this is 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 tablespoon of paprika powder, 1 teaspoon of cayenne powder, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of allspice powder, 2 teaspoon of garlic, 2 teaspoon of onion, and 1 teaspoon of salt, fine sea salt, and a generous pinch of black pepper ground. And we're just gonna mix it. Now we're gonna take a little and rub it on our meat before we brown the meat, while the leftover is to season it later on when we want to put them into our slow cooker. So this is about 6 pounds of meat. We're just gonna rub it a little with our seasoning, and then we're gonna brown it. So this is 3 cups of chicken broth. If you have beef broth, that would be better, of course, and 1/4 cup of orange juice and 2 to 3 tablespoons of lime juice. With 2 tablespoons sunflower oil, we're just gonna brown the meat. You can do it right away on your crock pot or slow cooker, but I like to do it on my skillet first, or pan, before I move it to the crock pot. So we're gonna brown it both sides before we add our garlic and onion. So that's about 5 garlic that you sliced, and then 1 large white or Vidalia onion. So just add in your onion and garlic. We're just gonna soften the garlic and onion, and then we're gonna add about half of the orange juice mixture. And you want to cook it until the orange juice is reduced. When the juice somewhat lessen, add in half cup of crushed tomatoes. It's from a can, ready to use, and just kind of coat the beef. So half cup on one side, flip the beef, and then spread another half cup. And as you can see, the gravy started to thickening from the crushed tomato. Now we're gonna move the meat into, we're gonna flip this one more first, and then we're gonna move the meat into crock pot. The crock pot, pour in the rest of the orange juice with 1 cup of crushed tomatoes and about 1 tablespoon of the seasoning that we mixed earlier. Now we're gonna place our meat into the crock pot. Now we're gonna sprinkle it with some of the spice wrap again, and top it with the gravy in the pot, from the pot. Then we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of vegeta powder. You can use beef seasoning or chicken powder, and not forgetting the rest of the wrap, and about 1 tablespoon or 2 taco seasoning, commercial taco seasoning. Now we're gonna top it with the rest of the crushed tomato, and it's ready to slow cook for 8 to 10 hours. So using electric mixer, we just shred the beef, and there you go. It's ready for your taco, burrito, or whatever you want. So what I have here is half can of navy beans, white beans, as opposed to red beans. You just want to mash it with your fork or masher or masher for making mashed potato. The normal beans or the usual bean, usually the regular bean, the common bean. Oh my goodness, red kidney bean. But my boys are a bit fussy when it comes to red kidney beans, so I am using navy beans instead. And we're gonna mash it. It's up to you if you want to mash it super fine or roughly. It's up to you. But then we're gonna mix this bean once mashed with our prepared meat. Beans is mashed, you want to add a little salt because the canned bean ones were rinsed. Even though it was salty, we have to rinse it first. Now we're gonna add it with our prepared meat and mix it well before we fill our tortilla. Once it's mixed properly, we're gonna use it as our filling for our meat and beans burrito. Meat and bean burrito. So lay a tortilla, place amount of filling, and then we're gonna fold it from side to the center, and then side to the center, and then from this to this side, folding into burrito shape. The size of your burrito is up to you. You can make it wider or thinner or like so. It's up to you. Now your burrito is done. You can warm it in microwave. You can freeze it. You can warm it in microwave, but you can also kind of brown it without oil on a non-sticky pan on every side, and it's so good. You can freeze this burrito by wrapping it one by one with cling wrap. After you wrap it one by one in cling wrap, wrap it one by one as well with aluminum foil, and then put them inside a Ziploc bag for freezer especially. I'll show you. In a plastic cling wrap, and now in aluminum foil, then into a Ziploc bag. Now it's ready to be placed in the freezer. It's good for until 3 to 5 months. For some people it's 3 to 6 months, but it's best if it's 3 months, so you can always make new fresh ones.